My Hero Academia first made its way over to our screens in the West back in 2016, and since then it's solidified its place as one of the main juggernauts of modern anime. Adapted by Studio Bones from the highly popular My Hero Academia manga, which first serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump back in July of 2014, the franchise has simply continued to boom in popularity and shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. With 4 seasons and 2 movies now in the bank, along with a 5th season announced for spring 2021, I thought now would be a great time to take stock and have a look back at some of the greatest moments in the series so far. Now, of course, I must stress that these are my personal highlights of the series, and while with a series spanning 4 seasons, there are many fantastic moments that are just as deserving, so there will be an honorable mentions as well to pay respect to a few of those moments. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below your top moments in My Hero Academia, as I'd love to know your thoughts, and also be sure to hit that like button if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. With that said, let's dive straight into the best moments of the My Hero Academia anime so far. A huge moment for the series where for the first time we see Deku and Bakugo finally confront each other when they are forced to unite for a test against the most formidable opponent they have ever faced up to this point, the #1 hero, All Might. All of the tension built up over the course of our story so far finally comes to a point of release when the differences that they have are put aside in one of the most intense moments in the series up to this point, with Deku overcoming his fear of Bakugo and Bakugo displaying a truly heroic level of will and emotion not seen before. Coupled with an incredible fight, this moment has it all. For many, this was the highlight of the UA Sports Festival tournament arc, despite it not being the finale of the tournament, and I'd have to say, I'd also be one of those people. After finding out the history of Todoroki's past and learning about the complicated and rough relationship he has not with only his father, but also himself, we see a truly incredible moment of what would become something that would change the course of Todoroki's life forever. In this high-stakes fight, we see Deku forego his own personal motivations and encourages Todoroki to not let himself be defined by his past, to be himself and not ashamed of what he has inside him, leading to one of the most goosebump-inducing moments of the series when Todoroki finally manages to overcome those feelings, embrace his true power, and give us one of the most intense fights, period. After a night invasion by the League of Villains, Deku finds himself in an almost hopeless position when he finds himself backed against the wall trying to protect an innocent child against one of the most intimidating and powerful threats he's ever faced after discovering their plans to abduct Bakugo. On the brink of death and with a small bit of help from the child he swore to protect, we see Deku overcome an unimaginable amount of adversity to defeat Muscular against all odds in one of the most crazy fights, giving us one hell of a ride along the way. In one of the most emotionally charged moments of the series, we see Ida confront Stain, the hero killer, after seeking revenge on the villain after his older brother was viciously attacked by him. Of course, things don't quite go to plan, with things taking a turn for the worst. Looking like Ida is about to meet his end at the hands of Stain, Deku and Todoroki come to his aid in one hell of a final face-off, which never fails to keep me on the edge of my seat no matter how many times I watch it. Season 1 had many fantastic moments, however nothing comes close to the climax of the season when the League of Villains launched their first attack on the UA students in the hopes to take out and defeat the #1 hero, All Might. using a genetically created hybrid monster NOMU, which was created specifically to counter All Might's abilities and absorb anything thrown at it. We see All Might's true capabilities for the first time. Alongside the students stepping up into danger alongside their mentors, this was one of the most intense moments of the entire series and still one of the greatest moments in the My Hero Academia history. After years of rivalry and suspicions of Deku's sudden growth in ability, along with him seemingly acquiring a quirk out of nowhere, things finally come to a breaking point when Bakugo confronts Midoriya, learning the truth of how he received his quirk, leading to one of the most intense and emotional moments of the series. Focusing on the developments of Deku, Bakugo finally embraces that he's used Deku as a mirror for himself, reflecting how he actually feels about himself and embracing the fact it's hurt him seeing what Deku has become despite the sheer amount of effort that he's put himself through. During the raid on the Shihaseikai hideout, Mirio is confronted by Overhaul, resulting in what is one of the most intense and heartbreaking moments in the show's history. In order to save Eri, Mirio risks everything. He tells her he'll be her hero, and when all is said and done, he's everyone's hero. Proving to be superior to Overhaul in every single way, Mirio looks likely to save the day when his parties ended tragically after he was hit with a quirk-erasing bullet that was meant for Eri. This horrifying and shocking incident changes Mirio's life forever and that of those around him. Has there ever been a fight more heroic and tragic? After seeing the horrors inflicted on Eri and awful crimes committed, Deku attempts to finally end it all for good when he finally confronts Overhaul. In a beautiful moment of justice, Eri, the victim of the horrific abuse at the hands of Overhaul, comes to the aid of Deku, supporting him to allow him to use his one-for-all quirk at 100% for the first time without inflicting catastrophic damage to himself. This battle was the emotional peak of everything and remains one of the greatest moments in My Hero Academia. With the fall of All Might, the world has lost its symbol of peace and now seemingly hope. When terror strikes with a horrific sudden attack of High NOMU, a beast witch of the likes we have never seen before, it seems there is nobody to protect the people and that all hope is lost. Endeavor, having battled with his own past and struggles to cement his place as the successor to the symbol of peace, he heroically lays his life on the line for the people, and in one of the most incredible displays of the human spirit ever seen. This marks the start of Endeavor's path to redemption and the beginning of a world with him as the symbol of peace.
また僕を殺すか、オールマイト。
The world is watching. The only person who can save us is breaking apart and everything is at stake. All Might confronts All for One in the ultimate good versus evil battle, and this is one of the most climactic and cinematic moments in the series when history comes back to repeat itself. All for One, the true power behind the world of evil and villainy, had previously lost to All Might back in the day. After returning from the shadows to reclaim his reign, All Might has to give everything, including his future as a hero, to protect the people, leading in one of the most epic and goosebump-inducing moments ever. This was the swan song of a true hero, the #1 hero.
さらばだ。One for all.
Well, there you have it. Those were my top 10 moments of My Hero Academia. With My Hero Academia returning in spring with a brand new series, I'm sure we'll have many more incredible moments to compete with those on our list, and I simply cannot wait to see what we have in store. I recently made a reaction series to the entirety of My Hero Academia where we watched it all for the first time, which you can check out on my channel with links to that in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it, and if you'd like to see more content like this, then be sure to hit that like button and let me know down in the comments below. Until next time though, take care and remember, plus ultra.